We bring you all 4 quarters of today's exciting contest. Saginaw, of course, Saginaw, Michigan. They play at the Dow Events Center. About the same seating capacity as Hara Arena, about 5,500 up at Saginaw. Great fan turnout, as I'm hearing from one of the owners to my left. They're videotaping today's game. Sting in the white/green jerseys and the Sharks in the black jerseys. And it looks like the Sting are going to get the ball to start half number 1. Van Sant puts the ball in the tee. He rolls backwards towards the wall. And Charles Tarver for the Sting will be looking for that ball for the Sting. 5'9". Last college was Hudson Valley Community College. Plays a wide receiver and defensive back combo. Van Sant's kick is up, bounces on the 7 of Saginaw, and playing it off the bounce of the glass in the near corner is Tarver, and the refs whistle saying, hey, the clock never moved. And it looks like the Sting will get it on their own 5. 1st and 10 for Saginaw. Here at the Hara Arena, the chain gang slowly making their way down. And the ref, one of the refs, has the light sandy colored CIFL ball in his hand. He rolls past the Saginaw 15, tosses it. And from what I heard, the microphone's not being played over the speakers. I believe I heard the phrase free kick. 15 minutes left to go in our opening quarter. Van Zant gets the football again. Tarver back in the Saginaw end zone. He's got orange Nikes. Actually, orange shoes. Whistles are blown. Van Zant readies it on the tee. Sharks are kicking off, and the Sting will get it to start half number 1. Sting are heading from left to right, and the Sharks are heading from right to left for quarter number 1. Van Zant looks at his special teams towards the left, now towards the right, runs towards the ball, kicks it with his right, stays close to the ground, and it's a 3-bouncer by Tarver, and it hits the backboard. And the rest blow it dead as Tarver plays it off that bounce off the board. It's a touchback, and that will put the ball at the Saginaw 5. 1st and 10 Sting from their own 5-yard line. You're listening to that interview with Coach Taylor. Thinks the offensive line is a great threat. The quarterback is very mobile. Also, one of the top wide receivers in the CIFL. Sting get ready. It's a 1st and 10 from their own 10, actually. Quarterback's going to be number 7, A.J. McKenna. He's a quarterback from Albany State. 6'5", 240. He holds the ball and hands it over to number 20. And making some good room, stopped around the 17-yard line of Saginaw. That's going to be Deshaun Hayes. He's a running back for Northwood University. That's the home of the Timberwolves up there. That's a pickup of about 8. Just about a half-yard shy of 8. So it's 2nd down and 2.5. McKenna sends a wide receiver in motion towards the far side. That's his left, and it's knocked down. His pass as he threw it to the right, knocked down by James Spikes. Number 55 for the Sharks. Spikes having a great year for the Sharks. Former Cincinnati Commando of last year, knocks the pass away. 3rd down and 2, Sting. So McKenna riles his crew up in a huddle. He'll send Sean Hadkey, towards his left. He's from Adrian College. He'll roll back, McKenna will. And he's got to hurry. He avoids a sack. He's on the move, gets past the 20, and dropped at the 22 of Saginaw. That's going to be good enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10, Saginaw. Ball placed at their own 21-yard line, 4 yards shy of midfield. Sting pick up the first down of this contest. They still have the ball as McKenna will send 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 towards his right. None of them will be in motion, but we have whistles, flags flying up at around the Saginaw 24 and the Saginaw 16, and it's going to be on the Sting. And the ref says it's a snap infraction. It'll still be first down for the Sting. And the ref will place it at the Saginaw 16. 1st and 15, Sting, with 13:10 left to go in our first quarter. McKenna, 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 towards his right. That's the near side. Almost bobbled the snap, looks towards his right, throws it, and it's intercepted by number 37, Chris Respris. Touchdown, Dayton! Respris came on the near side, cut off the Sting wide receiver, took it all the way to the house for the first score of the game. 6-0 Dayton. Respris for the first points of this contest picks off. McKenna. That was about 18-yard return for Respris. We'll see if Van Zandt can add on the extra point. That's a NovaCare touchdown for the Dayton Sharks. 12-12 and rolling left to go. Kick is up and it's right through the middle. That's an extra point. Dayton leads 7-0. That touchdown sponsored by NovaCare. Back pain, sports-related injury, you injured at work. Does it sound like your situation? See your doctor and ask for NovaCare. It's the preferred provider of physical therapy for the Dayton Sharks. NovaCare provides exceptional patient care and unmatched customer service. If you're recently injured or need pre- or post-surgical rehab, call 937-235-0068 to schedule an appointment. NovaCare has offices in Huber Heights and Centerville. NovaCare, the power of physical therapy. We'll take a quick breather and we'll be right back here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network. It's a low liner, Van Zandt's kick finds the far corner of Saginaw's end zone. There's Tarver. He's going to be knocked down at the 7. It'll be 1st and 10 Saginaw. So 1st and 10 Sting. So Sting get another crack at the ball. McKenna with 1 interception thus far. He'll look to see if he can rally the crew. McKenna sends 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 on the far side, none of them in motion. McKenna snaps it in the end zone, rolls, he's got to hurry, throws it away, in and out of the hands of number 18, Daryl Gooden. It's incomplete, 2nd down and 10, Saginaw coming up. Gooden's a wide receiver from Northwood University. A couple Northwood Timberwolves on this roster, actually. I'm counting about 7 on this roster. 2nd down and 10. Sting with the ball. Sharks with a 7-0 lead. 10:53 left to go in our first quarter. 2 wide receivers near side for McKenna. He throws it, flag down at the Saginaw 6. Gooden with the catch. He makes his way past the 15, the 20, and he'll be knocked down midfield, and he'll be dragged down Dayton 23-yard line. But remember, there is a yellow cloth lying back at the Saginaw 6. As of right now, the ball will be spotted at the Dayton 23-yard line. And actually is a penalty on the Sharks, so the Sting are in Dayton territory for the first time tonight. Both offensive possessions have belonged to Saginaw. Respris has the only points for Dayton so far on an interception return. 1st and 10 Saginaw from the Dayton 23. McKenna lines up his troops. He's got 2 wide receivers on the far side and 1 towards his right. That's the near side. Also has a running back. He's got Hayes towards his right. McKenna gets the ball, looks at his options right, and he tries to get away from a sack. He's not able to. Coming in for the kill. That's going to be Darryl Brown. Brown knocks the quarterback down back at the Saginaw 21-yard line. And it's second down, and let's call it about 16. Second down and a long Montgomery County mile to go. McKenna rallies his troops. They're wearing the white jerseys on the front and the green jerseys on the back. Not two separate sets, one set, very sharp look. McKenna sends a wide receiver in motion on the far side. McKenna looks at it, rolls, passes it, and it's off the chest of Santino Turnbow, incomplete. Third down and 16 for the Sting, back on their own 21-yard line. 4 yards away from midfield, but they need to get back to the Dayton 14-yard line to continue this set of plays. Third and 16, 7-0 Dayton, 9:26 and rolling left to go in our first quarter. McKenna, he'll send a wide receiver to the right and two towards his far side. That's his left. He's got Hayes directly towards his right in the backfield. McKenna, ball. He's got it, throws it high in the air, and it's over the head of his intended receiver, Daryl Gooden, incomplete. So it bounces in the end zone, a couple yards away from Gooden. That was a floater and a half. It'll be fourth down and 16, Saginaw. Chris Collius will come out of the bench. Sting now fourth and 16, back at their own 21-yard line. And looking to return it for Dayton, that's Robert Red. Where's number 1 for Dayton? Ball on the Saginaw 21, fourth and 16. Kicker ready to go for it. It's snapped, it's up, it's through for a field goal. Nice kick by Collius, and that gives Saginaw 3 points. 7-3, Dayton. So we'll see what the Sharks can do with the ball right after this here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network. Military salute here at Hara Arena, always a great touch. We're back here at Hara Arena, Dayton 7, Saginaw 3. Sting kicked the field goal from their own 21-yard line. I believe that's about 33 yards, if my arena football math is correct. So the Sting are ready to kick it away. I think that's going to be Chris Collius, not Collius, Collius, my apologies. And Robert Red will look to get the ball back. He's hanging right underneath the pipes. 7-3 Sharks over the Sting here. Battle for a 6-0 record and first place all alone in the Continental Indoor Football League. Sting brought a lot of their fans. They're sitting in sections 21, 23, and parts of 25. And some of them brought vuvuzelas. Sharks coming out. They're underneath us here in the press box, sections 22 through 28. And spread all throughout the arena, actually. It's a good turnout today. As Collius hits the scoreboard, it kicks back on their own 19-yard line, right in the face. And dare I say it, that might have broke another bulb on the far side of the board. First and 10, Dayton. The Sharks get the ball on offense for the first time, and the refs will spot at the Saginaw 20. Some of the Sting pointing, saying, hey, it was a little bit farther than that. And the refs actually will put it on Dayton's 20. 3 of the 5 stripes talking it over. And yes, indeed, it will go on the Dayton 20. So the Sharks will get it on offense for the first time tonight. Their points have come from an interception by Respris. First and 10, Dayton. Tommy Jones on the field for the first time tonight. Sends Mincy, one of his wide receivers, on the near side in motion. 2 on his far side. Jones looks towards his right, and it's bobbled in and out of the hands of Robert Red off his chest. Incomplete. Second down and 10, Sharks from their own 20-yard line. We'll have a quick zipper towards Red. Red couldn't handle it. 7:40 and the clock continues to roll in this first quarter. 7-3 Dayton. Tommy Jones sends Mincy back on the near side. He'll send Robert Red on the far side. He'll be the man in motion as he starts from the Dayton 8. Ball's on Dayton 20, second down, and it's a tosser over number 21. Who'll pick up about 4 yards. That's going to be Derek Moss. He got a lot of action against the Port Huron Patriots, the first home game for the Sharks. He'll pick up 4 on that run. Third down and 6, Dayton. A yard away from midfield, 6 yards away from a fresh set of downs. Jones playing against his former team, an Eaton, Ohio native. Played at Indiana University. He'll look around, sends a wide receiver on the far side in motion. Jones looks in front, throws it to him. Red dives down on the turf for the catch. And Red runs in after diving for the ball, and the refs say he did not. He was not drawn any contact, so Robert Red runs it in for the score. That's another NovaCare touchdown. We have a penalty flag in the Saginaw end zone. That might be excessive celebration for Robert Red. 13-3 Dayton. So let's see what the ref has to say on this penalty flag. He's not hooked up to the microphones where everyone could hear him. You gotta be closer to the field to hear him. You gotta be closer to Shark Tank. Some of the stripes talking with, and nope, no flag, waving it off. So Dayton with a 13-3 lead. Van Zant on the field, see if he can knock this extra point through. Red with a reception. Tommy Jones with his first touchdown on the night. He had 6 total against the Drillers last week. Van Zant up and in, hits the left post. No. It's no good. It's the left upright, and we are at 5:59 left to go in our first quarter. Dayton Sharks 13, Saginaw Sting 3. Keep it here, folks, here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network. Back here at Hara Arena, Lee W. Mound with you here. And we got a media timeout coming out of our own little breather. We'll go ahead and tell you a little bit about our sponsors for today's game. NovaCare, of course, with offices in Centerville and Huber Heights. They are the preferred provider of physical therapy for the Dayton Sharks. If you've been injured at work, if you've been injured on sports, or if you have back pain, it's time to see your doctor and ask for NovaCare. NovaCare provides exceptional patient care and unmatched customer service. If you're recently injured or need pre- or post-surgery rehab, give a call to 937-235-0068. Schedule an appointment. There are locations in Huber Heights and Centerville. Let NovaCare get you back to life. The Sharks choose NovaCare, so can you. NovaCare, the power of physical therapy. And all the first downs by the Sharks, sponsored by Nutrilite by Amway. You can build a strong nutritional foundation with the Nutrilite Perfect Pack for your health. It's exclusively from Amway. This trio of premier Nutrilite supplements can make you feel confident that you have nutritional gaps wiped off the map with the ease and convenience of daily AM and PM packs. Learn more today by contacting your local Amway independent business owner or go to Amway.com. Back to the action as Van Zandt places the ball in the tee. He'll be kicking towards Charles Tarver, and Tarver has Enrique Shaw in front of him. Shaw is a graduate of Grand Valley State University. Ball kicks up, and Tarver catches it before it lands on the turf at the Saginaw 3. He'll roll around, gets a screen set up, and he's got lots of turf to run. He's at the 25, knocked down in Dayton territory. First and 10, Saginaw from the Dayton 20-yard line. Charles Tarver comes in at 5'9". Not a lot of height to this wide receiver slash defensive back, but that gives him a little bit of advantage. So he can slip through the cracks like that. At one point, he had Shaw directly in front of him. He bumped into him. Shaw rolled over towards his right, and Tarver picked up a couple extra yards, about 15 to exact. First and 10, Sting. McKenna back out there for the Sting, and he'll hand it off, and the Sharks swallow him up. Second down and about 10. Does get back to the original line of scrimmage. So it will be second down and 10. Ball just shy of the 20. Deshaun Hayes with that run. No gain for the running back for Saginaw. Clock continues to roll. 4:47 and rolling first quarter. McKenna takes the high snap, throws it in front. Nice deflection by Respis. Over the hands of Daryl Gooden. Gooden trapped. Couldn't do a thing with that pass. And that's another incomplete pass. Third down and 10 coming up for the Sting. Third and 10, and the ball's actually going to be marked shy of the 20, actually on the 21 of Dayton. So A.J. McKenna, quarterback from Albany State University, takes his team up. He'll take a pair of wide receivers to the far side. He'll actually send all three receivers. He'll put a man in motion, and I believe that's going to be good in motion. Good speed, gets around his defender, and it's a good pass. Caught at the 20 of Dayton. Pass to 10, and diving Charles Tarver. Open in the middle, we have a down Shark. That's Santino Turnbow twisting on the turf. He's hurt. It's an injury timeout for the Sharks. Turnbow slamming his right leg down on the turf. He's hurt. Tarver gets the complete pass. It's going to be first and goal for Saginaw. Tarver with a nice catch in the open turf. Roll towards his right. He would have been running in front and cuts towards his left. He slips around a couple of Sharks. Gets taken down about the 9 of Dayton. Turnbow injured. The Sharks looking at him. Hopefully it is just a cramp. The trainer has his hands on the left ankle of Turnbow. We'll step aside here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network. We'll be back after a quick breather. Stay tuned. Turnbow trying to walk under his own power. He does have one of the assistant coaches help him a little bit. He's limping, walking very gingerly back towards his bench. Hopefully Turnbow will be A-okay. But walking under his own power, that is a good sign. I believe the refs actually spot the ball at the Dayton 7 instead of the Dayton 9 like I first thought. Nevertheless, it is first and goal Saginaw from the Sharks 7-yard line. A.J. McKenna, quarterback for the Sting. He's got his running back directly towards his ref. That's Hayes. He sends all three wide receivers towards his right. That's the near side of the field. McKenna gets the ball, hands it off, and keeps it. And he is pushed down and lands about the Dayton 7. McKenna flushed out by two Sharks, rolled over towards the far side. Rico Middlebrooks with the stop. And the refs are actually marking it back a yard. Second down and goal for the Sting, back at the Dayton 8. McKenna, same formation except spreads the wide receiver close to the boards. And McKenna gets the ball, quick throw to his right, Tarver with it, and Tarver's taken down at the 11. Quick fire by the quarterback as Tarver knocked down Raspris with the swallow. And that pushes the Sting back to the Dayton 12. Third and goal. Raspris on the 5-digit. Getting the fans pumped up in section 28 and 26. McKenna will actually spread the field. He's got a wide receiver to the far side, two towards his right. McKenna looks, he's going to get hammered by number 21 back at the Saginaw 24. That is Derek Moss with the hammer. McKenna, as soon as he got out of the pocket towards his left, got hammered by Moss and knocked back towards the Dayton 24. Fourth down and goal, and this is a long Montgomery County mile. And they have brought the kicker out. Elias. He's already hit a field goal here tonight. He's looking for another one. Minute 45, and the clock continues to roll here in the first quarter. 13-3 Dayton Sharks. Kick is up, and it's to the right as Robert Red picks it up. Robert Red will be stopped by the referee's whistles. The field goal is no good. Dayton Sharks will get the football back. Wide right for Colias. And that gives the Dayton Sharks the ball as Robert Red played it off the net. And he started to run with it before the refs blew their whistles. It's a touchback for the Sharks, so they'll have it on their own 5-yard line. First and 10, black and blue. Tommy Jones back out there playing against his former team. The Sting were the only team to give the franchise last year in the CIFL here in Dayton losses. That would be the Dayton Silverbacks. So Jones will set up. He's got a pair of wide receivers on both sides. Mincy checks in on the near side. And he'll send Red in motion on the far side. Jones in his own end zone. Looks around, throws it, hobbles it, and it's in and out of the hands of a Sting. And it's Robert Red slammed down at the Saginaw 5. That was a great catch by Red off the hands of a Sting defender. Robert Red reels it in for about 45 yards. First and goal, Dayton from the Saginaw 5. Great catch off that bounce off the Sting defender's hands. So Sharks have it first and goal on Saginaw's 5. Jones sends two wide receivers to the far side. One will be in motion. That's McGarity in motion. He's in the end zone. Jones pops out, and he'll throw it up. It's off the far corner glass, incomplete. It's an incomplete pass for Tommy Jones. It looks like the Sharks might finish this drive off in the second quarter. And the Hara Arena scoreboard buzzer will sound. That is the end of the first quarter. The Dayton Sharks 13 and the Saginaw Sting 3. We'll be back after this here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network. Indoor Football League. The Sting fly out on defense. Jones has his Sharks huddle up in a pile. Jones talks towards his wide receivers and his offensive line. His offensive line has been outstanding this season. Jones has had a lot of time to get his passes down. And Jones will send two wide receivers towards his right. That's the near side. The Sharks now head from left to right, Sting right to left. And his far side, that's going to be his left. He's got Mincy towards his left. Jones sends Mincy in motion. Jones has the football, shove it over to Moss. Moss cuts over towards his right, and is he in? No. He picks up about 4. The Sting just barrel him up before that solid white line. Pick up a 4, 3rd down and goal. Sharks from the Saginaw 1. Good pickup for Moss there, 4 yards. Against the Sharks, another yard away from 6 points. 14:32 left to go in our first half. Jones with the ball, takes it himself. Is he in? Yes! It took a long time for the referee to say so. Looked like Jones dived and barreled in. The Sting not too happy with that. But Tommy Jones runs it in. That's another NovaCare run with offices in Huber Heights and Centerville. It is the preferred provider for physical therapy for the Dayton Sharks. Van Zant on for the extra point. Referee's got to pick up the tumbling ball. He looks at the scoreboard first, now picks it up. And that actually might be an extra one. I think the ref actually does have an extra ball. As McGarity, the holder, waits for that light sandy ball. The snap, the place, the kick, it's up, it's through the middle. Extra point is good. Van Zant 2 for 3, and that gives the Dayton Sharks a 20-3 lead with 13:26 left to go in our second quarter. Tommy Jones with another rushing touchdown, had 2 of those last week against the Eastern Kentucky Drillers. That is a NovaCare touchdown. The preferred provider of physical therapy for the Dayton Sharks. NovaCare provides exceptional patient care and unmatched customer service. If you're recently injured or need pre- or post-surgical rehab, give the fine folks at NovaCare a call at 937-235-0068 to schedule an appointment. We have locations in Huber Heights and Centerville. Let NovaCare get you back to life. The Sharks choose NovaCare, so can you. NovaCare, the power of physical therapy. The Sharks also did pick up a first down. Those are sponsored by Nutrilite tonight, where you can start every day with premier vitamins, minerals, and supplements from the Nutrilite family, exclusively from Amway. The secret weapon is the Double X multivitamin. High levels of 22 vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients from natural plant sources. Double X supplements give you what you need to perform optimally every day. If you're interested in Nutrilite, give your fine local Amway independent business owners a call or go to Amway.com. Nutrilite sponsored by Amway. We're about ready as Van Zant will kick it off. Zoop, it goes, and in the hands picked up by Darrell Gooden. Gooden takes it midfield. He's brought down at the Dayton 23-yard line. He is swallowed up by a pack of Sharks. That was Sean Stewart helping the cause, along with Thomas Claggett. And the refs will actually give the Sting a penalty, and that'll give Saginaw the ball at their own 17-yard line. This is actually enforced after the kickoff, so 1st and 10 Sting from their own 17-yard line. Call me a little bit not bright, but I did not see a flag on that. So first and 10 Sting, wide receiver on the near side in motion. McKenna throws it, and it's in and out of the hands of Gooden. Incomplete. And who stopped that pass? That's number 37, Cress Rispris. He has an interception return today for the Sharks. 20-3 Sharks over the Sting. 12:15 left to go in our second quarter. Second down and 10 from the Saginaw 17. McKenna, he'll send his running back in front. He's got two wide receivers on the far side, one towards his left. McKenna will wiggle one of the wide receivers closer to the line of scrimmage. The snap for McKenna, he's got the ball at the Saginaw 9, throws it high in the air, and it's incomplete. Out in the open was Enrique Shaw, listed as a linebacker for the Sting from Grand Valley State University. 6'2", 205 pounds. He had Sharks a few feet away from him on both sides. If he made that catch, he would have been in the end zone for 6. But McKenna overthrew it. It's third down and 10 Sting. McKenna will lead his troops. He'll get two wide receivers on the near side and one on the far side. McKenna will actually swap sides. He'll send Tarver in motion. McKenna rolls, tries to avoid a sack, and finds Tarver. Tarver twists. He twists away from another defender, but the third time won't be so lucky. And while Tarver was going down, the whistles were blowing. He lost the ball, but like I said, the whistles were blowing. We had McKenna going at it with a Shark. Pulled back by Coach Taylor of Dayton. Tarver gets to the 20 of Saginaw. Fourth down and about 7 for the Sting. 10:36 and rolling left to go in our second quarter. And McKenna will stay out there. Fourth down and about 7 for Saginaw in the white front, green back jerseys. Tarver will stay on the line on the near side. Two wide receivers to the far side. Covering him will be Davis. And McKenna takes it himself. He's stuffed at the Saginaw 19. It will be a turnover on downs. That tackle by Demetrius McCrae. That gives the Sharks the ball in Saginaw territory. First and 10 Sharks from the Sting 19. Sharks get the ball again. Tommy Jones. A touchdown in the air, touchdown on the ground. Dayton 20, Saginaw 3. Jones hauls up with his offense, his linesmen, his wide receivers. Got Mincy, Red, and McGarity all heading towards the far side. 3 offensive linemen in front. He also has backup quarterback Evan Sawyer towards his left. He'll send Mincy in motion, and the ball fumbles out. We have a flag, make it 2, coming at the Saginaw 20 and at the Saginaw 22. It'll be an offsides call upon the Sting. Now gives Sharks a little bit of extra yardage, shoot off. Ball now lies at the 14-yard line of Saginaw, first and 5. 9:10 left to go in our first half, second quarter. Jones has Sawyer again directly towards his left. 3 wide receivers on the near side. He's got Mincy in motion. Mincy runs past Jones, looks towards his right. He's got Sawyer towards his left, throws it in the middle. McGarity! No one was covering Sean McGarity. He rolls at the Saginaw 6 with the ball, cuts over towards his right softly. That's a touchdown for number 6. Touchdown Sharks, 26-3 Dayton. That touchdown sponsored by NovaCare. Jones with his second passing touchdown on the night. McGarity reels it in for his first on the contest. 14-yard grab for number 6 as Van Zant back on there. See if he can nail down this extra point. McGarity, the placeholder, waits for the ball. The snap, the place, the kick. It's up, and it's through the uprights. Van Zandt 3 for 4, and that gives the Dayton Sharks a 27-3 lead over the Saginaw Sting. We'll be back after this here. You're listening to the Ohio Sports Radio Network. That touchdown sponsored by NovaCare, the official provider of physical therapy for the Dayton Sharks. We're about ready for another kick. It's up and through. Tarver's got it. He'll run past the Saginaw 10 to 15, cuts towards his right. He sees a pile in front. He's smushed, and he's knocked down at the Dayton 22-yard line. So the Sting have it in Dayton territory, 1st and 10. We'll see where the referees mark this ball. He was swat down hard, Tarver was. Just out of the midfield line. It looks like the ref might put it at the Dayton 23-yard line. So far, the Sting have one field goal to their name so far. Sting have been tearing up the CIFL so far, including a 70-0 thumping of the Flint Fury, a team that's trying to get into the league for next season, taking the place of the Kane County Dogs, who were suspended a couple weeks ago. Whistles are blown, and they say, hey, we got to pick this banner up. While the Sting, actually that's Charles Tarver, helping fix the full throttle banner, the CincyKarting.com banner. And Coach Terra says, let's rip it down, because it's not going to stick. So Coach Taylor will take it back towards his bench. They'll fix it later. The clock will roll at 6:51 left to go in our first half. And it's McKenna holding off. The running back made a 180 pin turn. That was Deshaun Hayes with it. Made a nice turnaround trying to get away from a Shark defender, but there was a second one in the area. Second down and 6, a pickup of 4 for Hayes. McKenna sends another wide receiver on the far side. McKenna looks, throws it down the middle, and it's caught. Touchdown, Saginaw, and Reek Shaw with the first Sting touchdown. Shaw was on the near side past the Dayton 6. Made a nice easy catch into the end zone. Saginaw picks up their first offensive touchdown on the contest. And actually, are they saying no touchdown? There is a flag line at the Dayton 13-yard line. And the refs are actually bringing the ball back. They're spotting it at
Ladies and gentlemen, the penalty is against Saginaw, but is
the
after the play.
3.5 line. So yes, it is a Saginaw touchdown. Catch by Shaw. And coming in for the extra point is Colias. Up and through the end zone it goes. Make it the pipes, if you will. And that gives Saginaw a 27-10 deficit against the Dayton Sharks. Shaw with a great catch on the near side, rolls it past in for the score. And I believe we just heard the refs over the speakers here at Hara Arena without any snapping or cracking or anything. It was crystal clear. I believe they said you can't throw it overhand. So it'll be a kickoff coming up. 27-10 Sharks, 5:45 left to go in our contest. McKenna with his first throwing touchdown on the contest, and that's our third score of the second quarter. The Sharks looking to get the ball back. Today's broadcast sponsored by NovaCare, the official physical therapy provider of the Dayton Sharks, Nutrilite by Amway, and the Holiday Inn North I-275. Holiday Inn North I-275 will be the touchdown sponsor for the second half for the Dayton Sharks. Dayton Babes dancing where the Sting would kick off. Looks like we have a little bit of a breather. Some of these Sharks getting into the moves of the Babes. Dancing in the Saginaw end zone. If you know your hockey here at Hara Arena, you know that would be the entrance for the Zambonis as they do a couple dances and exit the field. Sean McGarity, a graduate of Lakota East High School down in Westchester. Actually, believe that's technically considered Liberty Township. That would be the Thunderbirds. Of course, their biggest rival, Lakota West, the Firehawks. So Saginaw will kick off. Chris Colias. He'll look to kick it to Robert Red, who's standing in his own end zone. It's up through the air, almost touches the Hara Arena scoreboard, and it's off the glass. The refs say nope. And that looks to be a touchback as Red holds on, and he hands it off to one of the referees, and the referee drops it. It's an overhanded pass into the stands is the call. I didn't hear the whole explanation of it. That gives Saginaw a 10-yard penalty, and that'll be played off the kick. Referee's marking it off. He's walking past midfield. He's got two Sting, and he'll place in Saginaw territory. 1st and 10, Dayton on the Sting 20. First and 10, Sharks. They lead 27-10. It's very confusing to have lights out on one side of the scoreboard and not on the other. So it's 27-10, Dayton. Tommy Jones has it and hands it over. He fakes it. He's going to run with it. Dives past the Saginaw 15. And he is dropped at the Saginaw 13-yard line. He picks up 7 yards on the turf. 2nd down and 3. Sharks. Tommy Jones with about 8 yards now. One of those 8 yards ran into the end zone for a touchdown. Sharks lead by 17. Under 5 to play in our second quarter. Jones, he'll send McGarity on the near side. That'll be his right. He'll also send Mincy out there right next to the offensive lineman. And Robert Red's hanging back behind the midfield line. Now he'll take off. He's on the far side. Tommy Jones, quick throw to Mincy. Mincy trying to get past a couple of Sting. He's dropped it around the Saginaw 11. And that looks to be a Nutrilite by Amway. 1st down. Because of the angle of the glass, we're kind of off a different level at the press row, and then the seats are a little higher than the field. And yes, it is a 1st down. The refs spot it past the Saginaw 10. Like I said, that is a Nutrilite by Amway. 1st down for Dayton. About the second one today, I believe, if I'm not mistaking horribly. Jones sends a wide receiver in motion to the near side, throws to it. Robert Red, touchdown, Sharks. Robert Red slammed by number 6, Andrew D. Weird. But Red has the ball easily in his hands for the score. Currently 33-10 Sharks. 3:33 and rolling left to go in the second quarter. Jones finds Red for a second time. This one a 9-yard bomb. Van Zandt back on the field. He's 3 for 4 today. McGarity the placeholder. He awaits the snap. Van Zandt standing at the Saginaw 6. They'll make that the 12 of Saginaw. The snap, the place, the kick. It's up. It's through the pipes. And the extra point is good. I'll stop the clock at 3:01 left to go in our second quarter. And that gives Sting a 34-10 lead over the Saginaw Sting. And that's another NovaCare touchdown for the Sharks. Or if you have back pain, a sports-related injury, or a work injury, it sounds like it's time to ask your doctor about NovaCare. It's the preferred provider of physical therapy for the Dayton Sharks. NovaCare provides exceptional patient care and unmatched customer service. If you're recently injured or need pre- or post-surgery rehab, you can give NovaCare a call at 937-235-0068 to schedule an appointment. There's locations in Huber Heights and Centerville. Let NovaCare get you back to life. The Sharks choose NovaCare, so can you. NovaCare, the power of physical therapy. We'll be back after this here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network.
Kicking off for Dayton, number 42, Zach Van Zandt. Deep for Saginaw, number 1, Charles Tarver.
Tarver ready to receive the ball. He's got another sting towards his right. Ball is kicked towards Tarver. He'll have to play it off a couple bounces. And it's off the near corner glass. That's a touchback. 3 minutes and 1 second left to go in our second quarter between these 5-0 teams in the Saginaw Sting and the Dayton Sharks. The Sting will get it at their own 5, 1st and 10, Saginaw. McKenna with one passing touchdown, also with an interception. So Sting huddle up in their end zone. Sharks, they're on the defense, looking to get past the Sting offensive line. Clock's rolling, 2:42 and rolling left to go, and it's a run pass for Hayes. Run play for Hayes. He'll be dropped at around the 7 of Saginaw. That's a pickup of about 2. 2nd down and 8. Sting. Darryl Brown with that drop for the Sharks. A 2nd down and 7 for the Sting. McKenna gets the high snap, looks around, throws it, intended for number 11. We have a penalty coming in. That pass intended for Sean Lackey. Sean Lackey does not get the ball. Remember, there's a penalty. It's spot at the Dayton, actually the Saginaw 22. Coach Taylor, not a big fan of that cheese napkin on the turf. And that will get Saginaw the ball on their own 22-yard line. 1st down, Sting. Clock stop at 2:07. So 1st and 10, Saginaw. They have it on their own 23-yard line. Didn't hear what that penalty was, but it was upon the Sharks. So McKenna will send 2 wide receivers to the far side. He'll send Tarver to the near side. McKenna and Tarver meet up, talk a play, and it's back. Tarver reports in, and it's handed over for Hayes. It's a fake, and it's intended for Tarver. Tarver double-teamed, and McKenna. That's not the first time he's overthrown it towards his wide receiver. That was about 5 yards away from number 1. That's incomplete. 2nd down and 10, Saginaw from their own 22-yard line. Minute 17. The clock continues to roll. The clock will be stopped at the 1 minute or a 1 minute warning. Sting take to the ball. McKenna sends a pair of wide receivers on the far side and Tara back to the near side. 1 minute on the clock. That's where it stopped. Tarver's got it, and the clock will roll again, and it's dropped in and out of the hands of Hayes. He quickly tries to pick it back up. It hits the turf, however, it's incomplete. Third down and 10, Saginaw from their own 22-yard line. Some of the fans on our side, that's the majority of the Sharks fans here, they're not liking the attempt by Hayes. Clock continues to roll, and the Sting will have it third down and 10. Last two plays have been incomplete passes from McKenna. He's got a running back towards his left, two wide receivers to the right, one on the near side. McKenna all the way back at the 12, throws it, and it's a complete catch right at the first down line for number 11, Sean Lackey. And it's a good catch. They'll stop the clocks. First and 10, Sting from the Dayton 18-yard line. The chain gang moves slowly, sets up the chains. The Sting need to get to the Dayton 8 for a fresh set of downs. See the Sting go for it in the end zone, however. It is 34-10 Sharks, and it's a timeout taken by the Dayton Sharks. And actually, timeout Saginaw. So the Sting will take a timeout. They'll discuss what they will do with the ball at Dayton's 18-yard line. So far, the Sharks have given McKenna fits, A.J. McKenna. We've only seen McKenna really bolt for it about twice. One time he picked up some positive yardage. Every time he threw that touchdown pass, the only one for Saginaw thus far. The Sharks defense huddles up. Coach Taylor gets in, talks with his team. One of the Sharks has a drink of water. Four of the five refs talking it over in a diamond formation back at the Dayton 22. So it'll be first and 10 for the Sting after they get out of their timeout. They're huddled from their bench. If you've never been here to Hara Arena, it's definitely a hockey setup. You can tell about the rounded corners, tell about the benches, which we talked a couple of times on Demons broadcast. They're not like ordinary hockey benches. They're a little bit deeper and a little bit farther away than regular hockey benches. First and 10, Sting. All three wide receivers report on the near side. McKenna gets the ball, looks around, quick throw towards his right. It's Hayes with the catch. We have a flag flying down the Dayton 15. Spikes, holds out his left hand, points towards the Sting side. And referee number 36 points over to the Sting. And it looks like it's an offensive holding. And they will get number 66 and Josh Pack, the offensive hold. Josh Pack from Mount Union, home of the Purple Raiders football team. Great program they have in Mount Union. One of the biggest threats in Division III football. Clock continues to roll. They say stop. And the clock will stop with 11 seconds. And Dayton will call a timeout. First timeout taken by the Sharks. Saginaw just took one after that play. That offensive holding puts the ball back at the Dayton 20-yard line. Halfway there to the Dayton 19-yard line. 34-10 Sharks over the Saginaw Sting. Both teams 5-0 on this season. Looking to go 6-0 on the season, past the halfway point. Our sponsors are Neutralite by Amway, Holiday Inn North, I-275, and NovaCare. Sting are in a huddle. Looks like the timeout is just about over with. McKenna in there longer than usual. They got 11 seconds. The Sharks will receive it for the second half. McKenna points out his right hand towards the left side. Looks like he's pointing towards the ball. And McKenna will get it. All three wide receivers checking on the near side. Again, McKenna will hand it over. It's a reverse. Tarver's got it. Tarver looks to throw. He's going to be swallowed up. He throws it just in time, and it will bounce on the Dayton 5. No one in the area. Incomplete. That reverse started off nice as McKenna got off to Tarver, but Charles Tarver started to scuttle step back at the Dayton 20. And he started to roll back towards his right. That's where a pack of Sharks were about to greet him. He does get it off before being sacked for a loss of yardage. So that's second down and 12. Incomplete pass for the Sting. Three wide receivers on the near side once more. McKenna's got it, looks around, throws it, and the buzzer goes off in and out of the hands of Sharks Mike Davis. That ends our first half. Your halftime score, the Dayton Sharks 34 and the Saginaw Sting 10. A great half for Tommy Jones. Already with 3 touchdowns in the air and 1 on the ground, 4 for Tommy Jones, former member of this. The only time I've ever seen I believe that's the only time I ever seen teams with 2 colors. In case you missed my explanation of them in the first half, they're white in the front, and that's a green number with orange trim, also Saginaw across the chest. And on the back, it's green with a white number with orange trim. Very, very sharp look. It's an orange helmet with or green helmet with an orange face mask, I should say. If you ever seen the color scheme of the Miami Hurricanes, it's like that. Very, very sharp. Dayton Sharks back in their home black jerseys. Black jerseys with Carolina blue letters and numbers and white trim. Black helmets with a blue, white, and black stripe down the middle. The Sting will indeed be kicking off to lead off the third quarter. Wobber Red be waiting for the ball. So let's get this second half underway. Colias kicks it. He'll stay away from the scoreboard. Red will catch it on the jump and takes it out of the end zone. To the 5 he goes, to the Dayton 5. Tries to make a cut, and he's slammed by the Sting at the 5. Coming in for buzzing, I believe that was number 9, Enrique Shaw. He got a little help from Andrew DeWeird. It'll be 1st and 10, Dayton, from their own 5-yard line. Tommy Jones will lead his crew, also the offensive coordinator for the Sharks. He'll huddle his crew up. He gets his 3 offensive linemen in front. Also gets his wide receivers and his running back. That will be Derek Moss. 34-10 Dayton, and the clock continues to roll. We got 14-10 left to go in the third quarter. Jones looks towards his right, throws it. Mincy with a catch at the 10, and he is dropped right away. I believe that's by number 13. That's DeMarcus Copes. He's a defensive back from Saginaw Valley State University. That's the home of the Cardinals. And if you listen to Central State basketball here in the Ohio Sports Radio Network, you know that we covered Saginaw Valley State University against the Central State Marauders. And actually, I take that back. I think that was one of the games I couldn't make. So never mind me. 13:33 and rolling left to go in the third. Jones sets up 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the right, as we have a pair of flags line up in the air and landing at the Dayton's 11 and 12-yard line. Tommy Jones points with his left hand towards the Sting defense. To the 5 stripes talking over. Now there's a Bermuda triangle of refs talking it over. It's an offsides against the Sting. That's the second offsides call upon Saginaw in this contest. And that will give the Sharks A first down. First down's brought to you by Neutralite from Amway. So the ball passed to Dayton 15 for the Sharks. Neutralite by Amway, first down for Dayton. 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Mincy in motion on the near side. Jones throws it in the air. Mincy catches it. Touchdown, Dayton. Key Mincy with the catch. That is Tommy Jones' 4th touchdown in the air. That is the Holiday Inn North I-275 touchdown. 40-10 Dayton. Let's see if Van Zandt can nail down the extra point. Jones with a bomb from his own 15. McGarity the placeholder, Van Zandt the kicker. 12:30 and the clock continues to roll. McGarity waits for the snap, the place, the kick. It's up. Through the pylons it goes, and that's good for an extra point. The Holiday Inn North touchdown for the Sharks, and Dayton leads Saginaw 41-10. Come visit the Holiday Inn North I-275 exit 46. We got 275 spacious rooms, as well as luxurious suites, conference space for all, no matter what the size. The Holiday Inn North offers catering as well, and also give Max and Irma's a visit. They are an award-winning restaurant. Also bring the young ones in for free Cookies Wednesdays. The Holiday Inn North I-275, just the place for you. For more information, please contact Sales Director Lamont Ford at area code 513-830-3025 or visit HICINCY.com. That's hicincy.com. So Jones with the first strike in the 3rd quarter, and Saginaw will get it. With 12:20 left to go in our 3rd quarter. Van Zandt, he's got 3 special teamsmen behind him, and towards his right as he kicks it up, and Tarver chases it off his hands, but he picks it back up with ease. He'll roll past the 10, the 15, the 20. He's got a lot of open room, 1 to beat. He beats Van Zandt. Return touchdown, Saginaw. Wow, Charles Tarver put on the Jets from his own end zone and runs it on the near side for 6. Tarver is a short wide receiver, but don't discount him on that. He's got a lot of speed for the Sting. He's quick, he's nimble, and he just punched in 6. And the Sting will be going for an extra point. Charles Tarver from Hudson Valley Community College punches it in for 6. The kick is up, and it's through the nylons for number 21, Chris Colias. And we have just burnt a minute off the clock. Actually, not even that, as we have 11:28 left to go in the 3rd. And we have a 41-17 score in favor of the Dayton Sharks. So we'll be back after a quick breathe here. You're listening to the Ohio Sports Radio Network.
7500 Main Street, the official post-game meal sponsor for the Dayton Sharks. That's Boston's Bistro, where beer tasting is an art. The Glover Youth Program is committed to educating, inspiring, and uplifting youth. Through educational, social, and life skills building, we are helping youth become empowered and proactive adults. To learn more about the Glover Youth Program and join our efforts,
the pylons it goes, I believe. And that is an extra point for Saginaw. That's one of the rule changes in the CIFL. If you make a kickoff through the pipes, that's an extra point. And yes, the refs indeed are issuing a point for Saginaw. That is the first time we've seen that at home, one of the new changes.
Successfully kicks the ball on the kickoff through the uprights for a 1-point Uno, making the score Dayton 41, Saginaw 18.
That's the first time we've seen that here, so it's 41-18 now. Sharks get it back at their own 5, first and 10, Dayton. Tommy Jones back out there. Sends a man in motion on the near side. That'd be Mincy. Mincy tangled up. He hands it off. And taking the ball for the Sharks, that's going to be Derek Moss. He's going to be dragged down about the 8-yard line of Dayton. Call it second down and about 7 for the Sharks.
To the Shark 8-yard line, second down and 7.
Sting set up their defense. Tommy Jones and crew go to work. Got 7 yards for fresh set of downs as Sharky and one of the Babes climbs through sections 24 and 26. Talk to some of the fans. Looks like Sharky's going to have a seat and enjoy the game. Tommy Jones with the ball, flags flying up, a laser, and it's incomplete. Just about 3 yards to the left of Robert Red. What are these flags about? There's one in the Dayton 10, one in the Dayton 8. Tommy Jones points towards the Saginaw defense once more. Clock is stopped with 10:47 left to go in the third. And this one's an encroachment call upon the Sting. Remember, the Sting had 5 penalties. Had 5 penalties in the first half that totaled 35 yards, and there's already 2 on the Sting. So that gives the Sharks just 2 yards to go. It's in between Dayton's 13 and 14-yard line, second down and short. Tommy Jones, he's got his running back Moss towards his right. He's got 2 wide receivers on the near side. He's got Melvin Bryant near side. He's also got Robert Mann in motion, starting from the own end zone. He's on the far side, and Moss will take it instead. Past the 15 it goes, and it'll be stuffed at about the Dayton 17-yard line. That's another neutral light by Amway. First down for Dayton, first and 10. Sharks. The clock will continue to roll. 10 minutes now left in the third quarter. 41-18 Dayton. Ball just shy of the 18-yard line. Sharks had 7 first downs in the first half. Jones sends 2 wide receivers to the far side. That's his left as Sharks go from left to right on your screens. And they'll send Mincy in motion on the near side. Moss fakes to take off, and he'll make the catch. Tommy Jones knocked down. Moss still going strong. He's in Saginaw territory. Knocked down at about the 17-yard line. Applying the boom was Copes for Sting. It's another neutral light by Amway. First down. So the Sharks back in Saginaw territory. First and 10 from Saginaw's 18-yard line. Tommy Jones will send 2 wide receivers on the far side. Running back Moss directly towards his right, and Mincy towards the near side. Jones looks at his options. The seam spread out a bit as Red's in motion again. Jones looks, finds number 6. Actually, that's not number 6. Looks like that's Melvin Bryant. He gets the bump into the Dayton bench. He'll be stuffed at the Saginaw 13. That's a pickup of about 5. They'll place it just past the Saginaw 13. Second down and 5. 41-18. Sharks 8:18 and rolling. Left to go in the third. Tommy Jones talking over with his crew. He's got Mincy towards his right. He's also got Melvin Bryant out there. Bryant wears number 8. He's a wide receiver. We haven't seen him all in the first half. He's making his appearance as he checks in on the near side. Mincy, the man in motion. We have flags as Tommy Jones throws a ricochet right over the referee's head, and he is knocked down by number 99, Josh Hunt. Hunt is a graduate of Eastern Michigan University, home of the Eagles in the MAC. It's a false start upon the Sharks. It'll still be second down. So it'll be about second down and 10, Dayton. And actually, the PA announcer says second down and 11. 7:41 and rolling left to go in the third. Jones talks it over. He's already got 4 touchdowns in the air for his Shark crew. Big signing for this Dayton squad. He's run head-to-head with the Saginaw Sting for the CIFL Championship in 2013. Jones has it, another flag flying, another one, touchdown, Mincy! Mincy slammed in the near corner. We have another penalty flying over the head of Mincy. But remember, there's 2 lying back at the midfield line, the Saginaw 21. And there's 1 now in the end zone. So 3 of the 5 refs will talk it over, make it 4 out of the 5. 5th one's just standing in the end zone. It's like, hey, I got a flag out here too. So there's 3 flags to deal with. We'll see what the referee will decide. They are pointing a couple times towards Dayton's side. Sharks only have 1 penalty in that first half. They had a false start called upon them in this third quarter. Let's see what the call is here.
On the offense, it's a 5-yard penalty for the spot on the hold. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike in the end zone, taunting on the offense. That will be also added on the other spot. At the end of the spot.
So that's offensive holding, and that's also taunting upon the Sharks. 2 big penalties on the Sharks. Dayton faithful, they're not too fond of the call, and that puts Dayton back in their own territory. Second down in a Preble County and Montgomery County mile to go. Or if you're Tommy Jones' case, an Eaton mile to go. So Dayton's got their own 14-yard line. Second down, they need to get back to the Saginaw 10 for fresh downs. Tommy Jones sets up wide receivers, 1 on each side, and a man in motion on the far side. Jones has it. We have 2 more flags coming in. We have Fallon tangled up with 87 for the Sting. False start call, actually make it 37, Nate Snyder. That's another penalty on the Sharks as they go back. The ball lies on their own 9-yard line now. Second down and a Preble Montgomery Greene County mile to go. Sharks fans getting into it a bit. Not in a positive way, but in a disgruntled way. Mincy's a man in motion. Jones rolls towards his left and a throw right in the hands of Mincy. Touchdown, Dayton! And the flags come flying in as Mincy wiggles his fingers towards Tarver. Let's see if Mincy's touchdown will count. This is from the Dayton 9-yard line. But remember, Tarver's being taunted at again. Mincy was wiggling his fingers towards him right at the 1 of Saginaw. So we'll see what these calls are. 2 of the 5 refs talking it over. Got another pair of refs standing by. A third one comes in. So it is a touchdown for Mincy. It's an unsportsmanlike. And the Sharks put another 6 on the board. 41 yards from Tommy Jones to Mincy, and it seemed like the Sharks were just going backwards. A 40-yard bomb from Mincy. However, he was called for another taunt as he was wiggling his fingers, saying, come get some, defenseman. And that will be implied. We have whistles and a timeout as Van Zant nails it through. I believe that's a timeout on the Sharks.
Timeout, Dayton.
47-18, Dayton with the lead. That could be 48-18, a big 30-point advantage over the Sting. Also, as a shout out, don't know if you're listening online, but thank you to Kent Wilson on Twitter, KDog_CMD, for the follow on my personal account. Thank you for the follow, and hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast. And he also tweets that something tells him that the Saginaw Sting are performing at their best and the Sharks aren't getting the Saginaw best. Van Zant will line up. Clock continues to roll, 5:34 and rolling, left to go in the third quarter. The snap, the place, the kick, it's up, it's through, and it's an extra point. Or is it?
Zach Van Zandt's extra point attempt is no good.
No, it's not. That's the second miss for Van Zant, and that'll lead the score at Sharks 47, Sting 18. Come visit the Holiday Inn North I-275, exit 46, where there's 275 spacious rooms, as well as luxurious suites, conference space for all, no matter what the size. The Holiday Inn North offers catering as well. Give Max and Irma's a visit, an award-winning restaurant. Also bring the kids in for free Cookies Wednesdays. The Holiday Inn North I-275, just the place for you. Give Lamont Ford a call if you're looking for more information at 513-830-3025 or visit HICINCY.com. We'll be back after this quick breather here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network.
Sharks choose NovaCare, so can you. Call 800-770-6682 today. NovaCare, the power of physical therapy.
Number 3 is his second unsportsmanlike foul. He has been ejected. Number 3 for Dayton.
Welcome back here to Ohio Sports Radio Network. Mincy ejected for 2 unsportsmanlikes. That's our second time we've seen players ejected. You have to go back to the first home game when the Patriots got into a little bit of a scrum with 9.2 seconds left to go in the game, and several Patriots and a Shark were shown the door. So Mincy's out of here as Van Zant's ready for the kick. Van Zant on the far side, kicks it, and it's a liner. Tarver thought he had it, and he picks it up from the bounce. Rolls on the far side, nice cut from Tarver, and he's taken down from behind at Saginaw's own 21-yard line. Actually making the 22-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 Saginaw from their own 22-yard line. One of the refs holds up his left index finger, pointed up.
Once again, your Dayton Bays.
And the Dayton Bays will be making their way through the double doors. The referee will take the ball into Dayton territory. Actually, it's a 10-yard penalty added on, I believe, from the unsportsmanlike from Mincy. We'll take a break as the Babes shake their thing in the end zone. 47-18, Dayton over Saginaw here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network.
Thank you once again to the Dayton Bays.
Listening to the Ohio Sports Radio Network. Ball spot at the Dayton 18-yard line.
On the Ohio Sports Radio Network. OSRN.
As McKenna back out there, sends 2 wide receivers to the near side, one to the far side. He'll be the man in motion. McKenna with the ball, hands it off, and Hayes cuts through, picks up a couple of yards, swarmed down at the Dayton 16-yard line. A big tackle. We have a penalty flag flying at the Dayton 13. Sean Hayes gets tackled from behind. Looked like he was bent in an awkward angle. Looks like he's going to be okay. Sean Hayes, running back from Northwood University. There's actually a couple Northwoods in the United States. And yes, that will be a personal foul upon the Sharks. And that'll push the ball closer to the end zone for Saginaw. Right at the Dayton 8. I was about to say, Northwood, a couple campuses around the world, including Florida. This is the Michigan campus. That's the home of the Timberwolves. First and goal from the Dayton 8 for Saginaw. McKenna with the ball. Looks at his options, rolls towards his right, trying to use his mobility, but he gets just a yard past the original line of scrimmage on the far side. And James Spikes stops the quarterback. Second down and goal. McKenna actually picks up 2 on that run. On the Dayton 6. A.J. McKenna. He had a touchdown and an interception in the first half. Looks at his options. Sends a wide receiver in motion on the left side. And Tarver has it. He thought about going in motion. He's stopped at the Dayton 3. He stutter stopped. And Spikes with the stop. He's lying down. Hopefully he's okay. Respis helps him up. That's a gain of 4 for Tarver. And the ball was spotted on the Sharks 2. Coming in will be Red. He's taking the place of number 10, Materio Jones. 3:33 and the clock continues to roll in the third quarter. McKenna, he's got a pyramid over his head. He sends all 3 wide receivers in the far side. None of them will be in motion, and we got a flag flying. It's spotted at the Dayton 3. We'll see what this is. It's an encroachment call upon the Sharks. And the ball will be placed at the Sharks 1. Still third down, third and goal from the Sharks 1 for Saginaw. The Sharks lead the Saginaw Sting 47-18. 3:07 and rolling left to go in the third quarter. 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. It's a fake handoff. McKenna wants to take it. He's being swarmed. Respis comes in with the stop. And McKenna stopped at the 2-yard line. We're starting to see McKenna becoming more mobile for the Sharks. Coach Taylor, or for the Sting rather. McKenna very, very mobile. We're seeing that in these later drives. Tried to fool the Sharks defense at the far side. Respis helped set that up. 4th down and goal from the Dayton 2. Sting will send 2 wide receivers. It's Tarver handing it off. He's heading backwards. Tarver with another reverse, and it's a catch. Tarver throws a touchdown pass to Sean Lucky. Touchdown, Saginaw. Lackey with the touchdown. That reverse worked for Saginaw. It's the second time we've seen it. We're 1 for 2 on that play. Tarver got the ball from the quarterback all the way back at the 11. Great catch at the back of the end zone for Lackey. He's a wide receiver from Adrian College. 47-24 Sharks. 2-point conversion coming up. Tarver will run the offense. He looks at his options, rolls towards his right, wants to take it himself, and that speed burns the Sharks. He was open, and we have a flag flying at the Dayton 3. Tarver running the offense, had 4 wide receivers on the near side, took it to the far side.
Personal foul. Hands to the face, number 71 on the scoring team.
However, Brian Moore of the Sting had his hands in the Sharks' face.
With 1:19 to go in the third
That does give a 2-point conversion for Saginaw. Dayton leads 47-26 with 1:18 left to go in our third quarter. Very nice plays by the Sting, especially with Tarver. A touchdown and 2-point conversions for number 1. Coach Taylor talking to one of the refs. So we'll take a quick breather as the Sharks look to receive it here after this on the Ohio Sports Radio Network. In the end zone for Dayton will be Robert Red. The Sting will be kicking off 47-26. The Sharks lead the Sting. Both teams exchanging touchdowns, 2 apiece for both teams. One on a return and one on a touchdown pass from Tarver. He's been the wrecking ball for the Sting offense. The kickoff hits the glass. It'll be a touchback. Remember, there's a hands to the face penalty upon the Sting, so that'll give Dayton the ball just 5 yards away from midfield. 1st and 10, Dayton from their own 20-yard line. Tommy Jones leads the Sharks crew back on the turf. There's 1:18 left to go in our third quarter. Sharks huddle up, Sting and actually the ref says that penalty was not enforced, and it's actually heading to the Saginaw 20. So instead of being 5 yards away from midfield, you're 20 yards away from 6 more points. And Tommy Jones has shown no signs of slowing down for this Sharks crew. Hara Arena, home of the Shark Tank. Lee W. Mound with here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network. Jones sends a pair of wide receivers on both sides, and Red will be the man in motion on the near side. Jones looks towards his right, throws it towards his right. Robert Red, touchdown, Dayton! On the first play, Tommy Jones sends a zipper towards Robert Red, who's running in an advertising banner, takes a cape. So Tommy Jones with another strike, his third on the quarter. Red with his third receiving touchdown. 20-yard bomb, I should say. Now the Sharks lead 53-26. The clock continues to roll. Van Zandt on the field for an extra point. The snap, the kick, the place, it's up, it's good. Van Zandt with another one. He's got 5 out of 7 today. And that is another Holiday Inn North touchdown for the Sharks. 275 spacious rooms, as well as luxurious suites and conference space for all. Bring the kids for free cookies Wednesdays. Catering is provided as well. And also, there's an award-winning restaurant in Max and Irma's. The Holiday Inn North, I-275 off of exit 46, just the place for you. For more information, go to HICINCY.com or give Mr. Lamont Ford a call, the sales director, 513-830-3025. The Holiday Inn North, just the place for you. 3 touchdowns in this third quarter for Tommy Jones. So we have 9.3 seconds left to go in our third quarter. Van Zant ready to kick it away. And Charles Tarver, he's been the wrecking ball in this third frame. Van Zant rolls over towards his left. He's about ready to give that old light sandy football a kick with his right foot. It's up, and it will be in the back corner. It'll roll towards the end zone, and Tarver picks it up. He stutter steps towards his left. Out of the end zone he goes past the 5, and he's took down by Respis from the back of his jersey. Tarver pulled back. There is a yellow flag on the play. We're out of time in the third quarter. Let's see what the refs say. And that's all they say in the quarter, and I think Tarver's still down. Actually, no, that's Respis.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your Dayton.
So that's the end of the third quarter. Dayton Sharks 54, Saginaw Sting 26. You're listening to the Ohio Sports Radio Network. McKenna ready for the ball, but I think the refs making sure those doors are shut. And they're not padded quite yet. If you're wondering the setup of Hara Arena, it's portable foam around hockey boards. I tell you, those hockey boards is old as time. McKenna with 3 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Great catch by number 11, Sean Lackey. McKenna throws a complete pass, and it's a first down for Saginaw into enemy territory. It's lying on the Dayton 21-yard line. McKenna, he will send a wide receiver toward the far side, 2 on the near side, 1 in motion. McKenna takes the ball. He'll run with it past the 20, and he will be stopped. As he runs into the boards around the Dayton 18-yard line. That's about a 3-yard run for the quarterback. Second down and 7. Saginaw now on the Dayton 19-yard line. 13:57 left to go in our fourth quarter. Dayton 54, Saginaw 26. Noise is starting to pick up here at Hara Arena. Great environment for arena football as McKenna looks at his options. 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. It's a zipper in the middle. It's Hayes, he's got it. He's past the 10 to the 5, and he's swarmed down by number 7, Demetrius McCray. It'll be first and goal, Saginaw at the Dayton 3. Saginaw looking to punch in 6 more points. In the third quarter, it's been a shootout. Looks like the Sting and the Sharks will finish this game that way. 2 top teams in the CIFL. McKenna, he's rolling. He wants a touchdown. He's going to be stuffed at the far side of the Dayton 3. Looks like he hit his face on the foam. And with that impact, that knocks the advertisement banner down to the end zone. Second down and goal from the Dayton 3. 12:40 left to go in our contest. Saginaw down 54-26. They have the ball just 3 yards shy of pay dirt. McKenna, 2 wide receivers near side, 1 far side. McKenna, he's got the ball, takes it. He finds open room and is taken down at the Dayton 5. Thank you very much. Derek Moss pulls down the legs of the Saginaw quarterback. The running back shows he can play a little defense as well. That's a loss of 2. Third down and goal, Saginaw from the Dayton 5. 12 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Dayton leads 54-26. Winner goes to 6-0 and tops in the CIFL. Loser picks up their first loss on the season. McKenna changes up the play. He'll send a wide receiver on the far side instead of having all three on the near side. McKenna looks at his options. He's swarmed by two Sharks. How about that duo of Sean Stewart and Darryl Brown? Timeout Sting. A.J. McKenna was swallowed up. It looked like he was going to get it off just in time, but the duo of 44 and 50 knock him down to the ground. Timeout Saginaw, 11:34 left to go in our fourth. The Sharks have been playing some good defense here today. That's been one of their top strengths so far in the season. Saginaw is making a run back though. It might be a little too late. Saginaw has only scored 10 points in the first half. Sharks with 34, they scored 20. So the Sharks are outscoring the Sting 20-16 in the second half so far. Timeout over for Saginaw. One more down for the Dayton defense. Fourth down and goal from the Dayton 10. McKenna, he's got two wide receivers to the near side, one to the far side. He's got Hayes as running back directly towards his left. McKenna with the snap. He rolls towards his right, gets it off in a hurry, and Tarver holds on. Double teamed by the Sharks. And we have a little bit of a rustling and tussling. A flag flies in the end zone. How about another yellow napkin? As Tarver was being pulled down, yeah, a little bit of smack talk going on. Sharks took some exception to that. That is our first score of the fourth quarter. McKenna with another touchdown. Tarver, like I said, he's been the wrecking ball. Shaw also with a touchdown, the only touchdown for Saginaw in that first half. When the Sharks kept backing the Sting up, McKenna backed up, found Tarver in the far corner, the end zone. He was double teamed, and Tarver pulled it down. The refs talk it over. We'll see what these penalty flags will equate to. It should still be a touchdown for Saginaw. So Tarver has a unsportsmanlike as well. Charles Tarver with an unsportsmanlike, that's his first, I believe. As Saginaw is going in for two more, once again. 54-32, Dayton with the lead, 11:08 and rolling left to go in the fourth. Tarver has two receiving touchdowns. Actually, a receiving touchdown, a throwing touchdown, a return touchdown for the Sting. McKenna hands it off, ball is loose, picked up by the Sharks. However, there's a penalty line at the Dayton 2. The two-point attempt is no good, but what is that flag all about? Tarver's pointing with his right hand towards the Dayton defense. But it's encroachment upon the Sharks. Will it be another two-point conversion attempt for Saginaw? It looks like it as the ref places it on the Dayton 1. Roll the clock again, 10:45 left to go in the fourth, 54-32 Dayton. Tarver lines up as the quarterback. McKenna lines up on the far side. Tarver's got it, rolls around, slips through a Shark. His pass caught. Tarver throws it to Hayes. And that is actually his second two-point conversion. And that gives Dayton a 20-point lead.
The score, Dayton 54, Saginaw 34.
That gives us 10 minutes, 29 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Saginaw is coming back. This game is just heating it up here at Hara Arena. We'll step aside real quick. We'll be back after this breather here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network.
Where beer tasting is an art. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, there will be a post-game autograph session following the conclusion of today's game. Once again, a post-game autograph session on the field following the conclusion of today's game. Kids on Top Sports Center, the place for gymnastics, competitive cheerleading, and dance in the Miami Valley. Check us out at www.kidsontops.com.
Back here at Hara Arena, Lee W. Mound with you here. 54-34, Dayton over Saginaw. The Sting, they were down by 30. They're now stinging the lead away. No pun intended, sorry. I realized I was late, sorry. Robert Red waits in the end zone for the kickoff. And Chris Colias, he waits to kick it away. He has an extra point from the kickoff today. The first time we've seen that here at Hara Arena. It's a squibber off the backboards, and it's landed by Saginaw's number 5, Jamal Hibbler. But there's a penalty back at the Saginaw 1. Squibber hit the near boards right to Hibbler. Right now the ball is lying at the Saginaw 9. So 3 out of the 5 refs emerge on the Saginaw 19-yard line to talk it over, and Coach Taylor will be stalking those stripes like a shark. What is with me and lame puns today? I don't know. So Coach Taylor will talk with Respris, who looks like he's got a new name badge on the back of his jersey. Respris slams the helmet of number 1, Robert Red. I believe that was an onside kick. Now I know in National Football League, and I believe college, you have to let it go 10.
On the kicking team, we have an encroachment penalty on the kicking team. That penalty is declined. We have a dead ball unsportsmanlike penalty on Saginaw, half the distance to the goal, first down.
So it is Dayton's ball, and that gets the Dayton fans happy. The ball will be placed at the Saginaw 5, first and goal, Dayton. So that's an unsportsmanlike upon the Sting. Ball lies past the 5 of Saginaw. The clock rolls, 10-10 left to go in the 4th. Tommy Jones and crew back on the field. Melvin Bryant on the far side. Tommy Jones will wave Robert Red on. All 3 receivers are to the right of Jones. Jones hobbles out. He's on this Saginaw 15, and he finds Melvin Bryant. Bryant gets to about the 3-yard line of Saginaw. That's 2 yards past the original line of scrimmage. Second down and goal, Dayton. 9:40 left to go in the 4th quarter, and the clock continues to milk. Sharks up by 20, 54-34. The Sting are making a ferocious comeback. And this second half, it's been a very entertaining game to bring you, ladies and gentlemen. Jones waves Red on the near side. He'll be the man in motion. He'll hand it over to Evan Sawyer. Sawyer gets stuffed. Little help from number 6, Andrew DeWeird, linebacker from Northwood University. And looks like that will lose a yard for Dayton. 3rd and goal from the 4 of Saginaw. Moss in, Sawyer out. Jones will huddle up his crew. They'll huddle up his other 7 Shark members. The Sting have their 8 lined up. Safeties in the end zone for Saginaw. Tarver will play defense on the far side. That's where McGarity will go. Dakota East grad. Robert Red behind Tommy Jones. Jones will wave red on. He'll take the far side. Tommy Jones runs the ball past the 5. He's muscled his way through. Tommy Jones, second rushing touchdown on the contest. 60-34 Sharks. 8:10 left to go in the fourth. Tommy Jones with another running touchdown. He's got 4 these last 2 home games. So Van Zant will be on for the extra kick. McGarity will be his placeholder again. The Eaton, Ohio native. He's keeping these Sharks afloat. Van Zant back at the Saginaw 11, waiting for the snap. Here comes the snap, the place, the kick. It's up, and it's through the pylons. That's an extra point. 61-34, Dayton over Saginaw. And we have a media timeout with 7:32 left to go in the fourth quarter. That is a Holiday Inn North touchdown, where the Holiday Inn North offers catering as well as an award-winning Max and Irma's and free Cookies Wednesdays for the youngins, as well as 275 spacious rooms, as well as luxurious suites, conference space for all, no matter what the size. The Holiday Inn North, I-275 off of exit 46, just the place for you. For more information, please contact Sales Director Lamont Ford at 513-830-3025 or visit HICINCY.com. We'll take a breather. We'll be back here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network.
Once again, your Dayton plays. The Shark fans, like see images, is proud to be the official photographer for today's and all Sharks game. Be sure to like the Nation Sharks and might see images on Facebook. And let your friends know you are in the Shark Tank.
Van Zandt kicking off, hits the scoreboard, and it almost goes into the fans in section 24, but it bounces into the penalty boxes. So that means we're about to play some hockey. Actually, no, that means we'll have a spotting on the field at the Dayton. Actually, make it the Saginaw 20. Saginaw heads left to right, Dayton right to left. We do want to congratulate our Dayton Demons. They are not the Federal Hockey League champions, the Commissioner's Cup champions, but damn, they provided us with great hockey here in Dayton, Ohio. I tell you, it was an absolute pleasure calling all their games. I want to thank the Demons for allowing me to call their games, as well as the Dayton Sharks here. Never thought a team would actually want me to call their games. Anyway, that's not important. What is important, 1st and 10 Saginaw on their own 20-yard line. McKenna back out there. 3 wide receivers on the far side, and he'll hand off to Hayes instead. Hayes will break through 2 tackles and swarmed by Victorio Jones at the Dayton 21-yard line. That's a pickup of about 9 yards, 2nd down and short for the Sting. About a yard to go before they get some fresh downs. McKenna, wide receiver on the far side, 2 on the near side. Tarver is on the far side of the near side. McKenna looks at his options, throws it high in the air, and it's out of the reach. It's out of the reach of number 9, Enrique Shaw. Enrique Shaw. Incomplete, 3rd down and 1 from the Dayton 21. 6:42 and rolling left to go in the fourth quarter. Dayton 61, Saginaw 34. McKenna will send 2 wide receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. And he's got Hayes, his running back, directly on his right side. McKenna hands it to Hayes. Hayes takes it off, and spikes. Looked like he had it. We have a flag down. Hayes tripped up. He falls on
Number 20,
the Dayton 10, but there's a flag just shy of midfield.
there's a penalty marker on the field.
Darryl Brown with the chase. Looked like he got tugged a little bit on his equipment. 2 of the 5 refs will chat over in front of a Shark and 2 Sting. It's a face mask upon the Sharks. And it's a first down for Saginaw. I believe the ref said at the end of the run too, so that's on the 10, and the ref will take it to the Dayton 5. Penalties are adding up on both squads. A face mask on the Dayton defense, and the Sting have it just 5 yards away from pay dirt. McKenna will have Hayes go towards his right side. McKenna moves him over to the left side. Tarver gets a word and takes the near side. Tarver will send that word to Darryl Gooden. McKenna, he's got the ball, looks towards the right side, throws it, and it's in for a touchdown. Darryl Gooden puts it in for 6. And that gives the Sting a 61-40 deficit. But there is another penalty, this one on the Dayton 9.
A dead ball, personal foul on number 66 of Saginaw. That will be banked and put on the end of the kickoff.
66 on Saginaw, that's Josh Pack. He gets an offensive penalty. So it is 61-40 Saginaw, and I believe the Sting will be going for 2 yet again. McKenna with another touchdown. He finds Gooden for his first receiving touchdown on the night. The clock continues to roll. It's currently at 5:15. So Tarver back on the offense again. He's 2 for 2 on these 2-point conversions thus far. Tarver looks at his left. A penalty flag comes in at the Dayton 5. Tarver has nowhere to go, throws it up in the air, and it's intercepted by James Spikes of the Sharks. Spikes taken down by 6 Sting, and he's hammered hard in the far corner. But remember, there's that little penalty flag back at the Dayton 6. James Spikes with the interception. We'll see if that interception holds. The clock stopped at 4:57. And it's a legal defense upon Dayton. And it's a replaying of the 2-point conversion. Much to the dismay of the Sharks, a booing around their tank. The Sting will have another 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Coach Taylor going in with the stripes, talking it over. And the ref waits a new football. I was wondering why he was signaling, and the football bounces underneath his legs. One of the Sharks slapping that foam. That's going to be number 72. Try to get his defense back in it. That's Josh Ellison. Tarver, he's the quarterback in this 2-point conversion. Looks around, throws it up, and it's in and out of the hands of McKenna. And McKenna does pull it down. Remember, there's another penalty flag back at the Dayton 6. So we'll see what this one is. And it's another illegal defense call, but the 2-pointer will be good as Tarver will find his quarterback for a 2-pointer. Dayton Sharks 61 and Saginaw Sting 42. 4:21 left to go in our 4th quarter. We'll take a breather, be right back here in the Ohio Sports Radio Network. Back here at Hara Arena, Lee W. Mowen with you here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network. Dayton Sharks lead the Saginaw Sting 61-42. Sting have put up quite a dogfight against these Sharks and their own Shark Tank. Coach Taylor, he's not too happy with the refs. He's back on the Dayton 15 talking to the refs saying, what are you calling? He's trying to stay as calm as he can. He does a nice job. The refs keep him in. Coach Taylor not too happy though. Chris Kalidas back to kick it. And Robert Red looking to return it for the Sharks. Sharks 61, Sting 42. Another squib kick. Bryant jumps up in the air, pulls it down from the Saginaw 10. We got whistles. The Sharks recover the ball. Second time we've seen an onside by the Sting. First time was a fail as it didn't go, but just 5 yards. This one goes 10, but for the Sharks, Melvin Bryant pulls it down. Ball lies on the 10 of Saginaw. The Sharks looking to put the nails in the coffins on Saginaw's perfect record. I did mention earlier before the game started, Saginaw brought a lot of fans in, and what a turnout it's been. The Sting fans mostly taking up sections 21, 23, and 25. See, I think that'd be the alternate jerseys for the Sting. It's an orange back and a green front. Very neat jerseys. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen that in football. Anyway, first and goal for the Sharks on their Saginaw 10. Moss makes a couple of swigs. A left, a right, a left cut, and he's brought down towards the Saginaw 5-yard line. A 5-yard pickup, second down and goal for the Sharks. Ball past the Saginaw 5-yard line. 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Tommy Jones. Usually at this point we see Evan Sawyer out running the plays. Tommy Jones will lead his team towards the ball. Robert Red will be on the near side. He'll be the man in motion. He'll start at the Saginaw 15. McGarity and Bryant will be on both sides. Red takes off. Jones hands it over. Moss swarmed by a Sting. On the initial tackle, Josh Hunt looked like he was going to wrap Moss up for a loss, but Moss runs it past the 3-yard line. He'll be stopped at the 4, a 1-yard pickup. Third and goal, Sharks from the Saginaw 4-yard line. 61-42, Sharks over the Sting. The clock is still rolling, 2:02 left to go in our fourth. Jones will send McGarity on the far side. He'll send Bryant on the near side. He's got Red behind him, starting at the Saginaw 14. Red will take the far side in motion. He's past the line as Jones hands it off. Moss squeezed in, and Moss reaches in for the score. Touchdown, Dayton! And we have a penalty flag as a Shark knocked down. That's Felon. Andrew Felon that got knocked down. There's a loose shoe, and there's a penalty back at the Saginaw 4. That gives us a 67-42 lead for the Sharks. Let's see what. And that's a penalty on the Saginaw defense. Van Sant warming up. Middlebrooks harping at the Sting fans, made all the way from Saginaw, Michigan. Coach Taylor gets up to ref. And the Shark fans tell their Sting counterparts, hey, 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 goodbye. We still got 1:26, and once that flag's picked up, the clock will roll. Moss with a 4-yard run. Derek Moss punches it in, and that could do it for the Sharks. They look to go to 6-0 on this season, and the Sting will huddle up in front of their bench. 1:26 left to go in our fourth quarter. Dayton Sharks 67, Saginaw Sting 42.
Visit Sears Outlet in Huber Heights, where all appliances are 20 to
Moss did a great job. Remember, we started with about 4 minutes left in that play, and Moss with 3 running plays got the clock all the way down to 1:26, and the clock is rolling now, and it'll take about 20 seconds off this extra point attempt. Van Zandt lines up. McGarity will hold it for him once more. Sting will line up in a special teams formation. The snap, the place, the kick. It's up, it's through. Extra point. We got 3 flags, 4 flags flying in as we have Middlebrooks knocked down. Well, that is an extra point, so that should be a 68-42 Sharks lead with a minute left to go in our 4th. Still a lot of playing time for this Sting, though. They've been playing much better in the second half. Another Shark bites the dust. Josh Ellison will be heading out of here. Second ejection, this one against the Sharks. Ellison's making his way in. They're moving the foam and they're opening up the double doors. I will say during the hockey games, you didn't have to move any foam, just open it up and they skated their way out of there. Ellison's out of here. He's past the double doors as the fans will put the foam back on the door. There was 3 flags lying on there. I saw a Sting and a Shark knocked down on their backs. And all I heard was Ellison was out of here. That is another touchdown for the Sharks. That gives us another Holiday Inn North I-275 touchdown. Come visit us at exit 46. We got 275 spacious rooms, as well as luxurious suites, conference space for all, no matter what the size. The Holiday Inn North offers catering as well, where you can visit the award-winning Max and Irma's, and also a free Cookies Wednesday for the little ones. Holiday Inn North I-275, just the place for you. Give Lamont Ford a call if you're interested in learning more at 513-830-3025 or visit HICINCY.com. So Van Zandt puts the ball on a tee. He's ready to kick off. We have a minute left in this contest. It's a 26-point lead for the Sharks. 68-42 over the Saginaw Sting. Van Zandt hits the scoreboard. It's wedged between one of the old speakers, the platform where the speakers are held currently, and the corner. There's 2 offsetting penalties I'm hearing. And the ball will be placed on the Saginaw 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Sting. A big possession for the Sting. Like I said, been playing a lot better football in the second half. However, they need strikes, and they need strikes now. 1st and 10, Sting from their own 20-yard line. The clock is rolling. We have under a minute to play. McKenna will take a timeout. McKenna and the Sting will take a timeout. Usually, you don't see the T for a timeout. And the clock will be reset back to a minute. If the Sharks can hold on, they're 6-0 on this season in their first year of operation. Keep in mind the Silverbacks and the Sharks are 2 different organizations. They just shared a sport and a league and a home field. So this first year Sharks team could go 6-0 on this bye week, as they'll face the Erie Explosion next, another big test. They're currently 4-0. They have another game later today, and I'll try to see if I can get you a score on that for the postgame. The Erie Explosion will be the next team. The Sharks will have a bye week, their last bye week. The Sting have, I believe, 2 more bye weeks, if I remember the schedule right. McKenna, quick throw to the left side. There's Tarver again. Tarver, he has a lot of speed for that Sting offense. He gets it to midfield. That's a pickup of about 5. 2nd down and 5 midfield. right in the middle of that black square, which used to hold the Cincinnati Commandos logo, I believe, because I see the sniper rifle on there. McKenna with it, quick throw, and it's picked up by Hayes. Hayes tangled, he's moving backwards, stopped at the 20, and that will get the clock milking some more. 22 seconds, and it won't stop. 20 seconds, slow to get up on his feet. That was Deshaun Hayes. 15 seconds, and the clock continues to milk. That's a loss of 2. And it'll be back to Sting territory at the 23. 5 seconds left. It looks like the Sting aren't going to get a playoff. McKenna, he watches it. Buzzer goes off. That's the final. Your final score tonight, the Dayton Sharks 68 and the Saginaw Sting 42. One of the biggest games of the year for the Sharks, and they win by 26. Handshakes all around between the Sting and the Sharks. Great game for the Sharks, a great second half for the Sting, but it just wasn't enough as the Sharks hold Saginaw to 10 first half points and hold off the Saginaw Sting 68-42. We'll be back with stats and a post-game recap here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network.